technology and its effects on memory and the mind. Technology and the internet. There's two main things I want you to take away to think about before entering this. Is that the internet and technology is still relatively new in the sense that like we don't know how far we can take it, and we're learning new stuff about it each and every day, and how the internet is being used in classes and in tools and through everything. The internet is being used, and also information can be gathered extremely easily. Like with these smartphones and having the internet at our fingertips, we have access to everything at all times. Does technology make us dumber? This is a big notion that most people have when it comes to technology and what it does to us, especially as a youth. But inherently, no. It depends on use, of course. But the more we like understand technology, the better we start to interact with it. The more we're like, okay, we have to set boundaries here and here, so that we know how far we can take it when using these technologies, this internet. A big belief is that the next generation will be doomed, and they're going to be really dumb and that they won't make it. This is false, because with every generation that comes, they're being brought up by these really smart technologies that's able to let them grow faster and more, because all this information is being thrown at them like at face value constantly at the time. Another thing is technology doesn't make us dumb, but it does change us to that we have a quicker mind. And when I say we have a quicker mind, I mean we are always looking for the next stimulus, the next thing that, the next big piece of information we could find. We always are looking for that now. And that's the biggest change from the introduction of internet back then, before there was any, to now. So here's some debunked myths that people thought was caused by the internet. So the Google effect, this is relating to people think that our minds have a certain limit, which that's completely untrue. Our minds can technically be unlimited and hold an unlimited amount of information. The reason why people think that it's limited is because of the Google effect. The Google effect is when you have a piece of information that you can find really easily online, so you don't take the time to memorize it or try to memorize it at all. That can lead people to believe we are limiting our supply of information that can be stored, but that is entirely false. Another one is that we have shortened attention span. Now this is true. Done a survey in 2020 showed that our attention span is it decreased to 8 seconds, while before, in the year 2000, they were at 12 seconds. That is a notable differences, but people are saying we have less of attention span than a goldfish. That is entirely untrue. A goldfish's attention span are about 3 to 4 seconds, so we are still doing better than that, and I doubt we'll get there anytime soon. So technology in school. There's a lot of controversy with where technology lies in school. And there's a lot of different ups and downs to it. So some pros, it's easily transmittable to online. As we saw, all of America transferred to online schooling when coronavirus came out. That was easy, super quick to adapt to, and honestly, it was quick and painless and easy. Without the internet, it would have been way harder to transition to another form of education. Sorry. Another pro about it is that computers are at kids' fingertips constantly with their smartphones. If let's just say a kid forgets his computer, or the computer lab there's not enough room, the kid can easily hop on his phone and do the same exact assignment on the computer on his phone. It's quick, it's easy, and it's efficient. So there is some cons to this argument though. It's not controllable at all. So if a kid, you don't know if the kid's messing around on his phone, is playing a video game or doing whatever, or he's actually doing his work. Another con about having technology in school is that it's a big distraction. At any point in moment, the kid can just click away from his Google Docs and go on YouTube or go text one of his friends. It's a big distraction to us. So video games effects on the mind. With technology came video games. Like they basically came hand in hand when the first computer was invented, the floppy disk was made, and then floppy disk brought Tetris. They came together. Some pros. So there's a lot of pros that come with video games on the mind. First of all, video games stimulate the mind with the different colors and vibrance and different types of stuff you can do in video games that really does help the mind grow. Now, these different types of video games, there's all different kinds. Let's go. I'm gonna take you to my point 3, where the video games can actually train the mind to be more, like to memorize more and memorize easier. There are certain video games that do that better than other video games, like puzzle video games or memorization video games. Specifically, those can help increase your mind tenfold and make it quicker and able to find stuff faster and better. Now, video games also train the brain to receive information faster. Now, this makes the brain more snappy, more able to see information and take it, and that's something that is hard to do anywhere else. But there is some cons. There is a big con when it comes to video games, which is addiction. Now, this can easily happen to anyone that plays video games, but once you've passed that threshold of where you're growing with it or having fun with it, you can easily lose your life to it and just spend all your days doing it. So in closing, technology can be as beneficial as harmful to the mind. Technology didn't just come and completely ruin everything. No. It helped us grow a lot more too. Memory is not being altered by technology, no, but instead, technology is changing how our mind behaves, changing how we think, changing how fast we are able to get information. That is the biggest difference that technology has made on the mind and memory. Thank you for your time.